In this video, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you shouldn't be stressed about the rain. And at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you a story of something really funny that just happened to me that gives even me a reason to not be stressed about the rain. Reason number 1 is communicating with your customers up front as even a policy that every single customer that signs up with you is spoken to verbally or in contract or both. It should be in both, right? You let them know up front that you are weather dependent and that, hey, if it rains, it could push things back a few days or even a week. And now that it is raining, we've had about a week straight of rain here, right? The whole schedule's a train wreck. You've already communicated with that with your customers, right? So all of a sudden when it's a nice day and they're all calling you and it seems like they're upset, it's almost, if you take responsibility, could be your fault for not communicating with them upfront very clearly that you are weather dependent, right? People are very busy. Sometimes they don't think about that stuff when hiring a contractor. It's your job to communicate that with the customer up front. Now, reason number 2 is, say, if you do get a bunch of rain, why should you not stress about it? Well, even though you're busy as all hell, and I know you don't even have sometimes an extra minute, you have to find a way, even if you pull over and put the flashers on, to sit down for 15, 20 minutes, whatever it is, or if you have some type of software, send out a notification or pick up the phone and call your customers who are waiting on you. Even if they're waiting on you a week or 2 from now, say, hey, Mrs. Jones, I know that we said we would be there on the 12th, but we have rain right now, so that means that we're going to have to push you back to the 13th or the 14th or possibly the following week. But rest assured, we will be there. It doesn't mean we're putting anybody else in front of you. Just letting you know. If you wait the day of or the day before, and I've made this mistake before, because you push things off because you're so busy. If you wait the day before to call your customer and say, hey, we had a rain like 2 weeks ago and it pushed our schedule back. Rain? What do you mean? What rain? Oh, it was 2 weeks ago. So it's not going to work. You're going to have to find time to communicate with the customers because we're in a communication business. And almost to the point of being annoying to the customers, just staying on top of the communication, letting them know. So that's another reason why to not be stressed about the rain is because you're always in communication. Therefore, you are almost like indemnified. You're like, hey, I told them up front, it's a weather dependent business. There's rain. And then, so here's a third reason. There's this funny thing that will happen. It'll be pouring rain in the morning. And the weather says it's supposed to be pouring rain all day. I know that you know this. And then all of a sudden around noon or 1 o'clock, the sky's clear and the sun is just blazing and everything's hot. Yet you don't have anybody to work. If you go out there by yourself, you could, but you're probably going to go out there and kill yourself. And by all means, you might be better served just letting go and then focusing on the business, working on the paperwork, on the systems, calling your insurance, getting that paid off, do all types of maintenance stuff or whatever you can possibly do. But the stress lies in you thinking that your customers are like, it's nice out, why aren't they here? And some of them are probably thinking that, and there's really nothing that you can do about that. And so I think the stress isn't worth it. And here's the funny story I wanted to tell you. I had this customer, we were supposed to trim up their ornamental trees, and they have a party in a couple weeks, and they wanted to know that I could be there for sure. I said, hey, I can 98% guarantee you I will be here to trim up your ornamental trees before this party of yours, but I can't 100% guarantee you because I don't have a magic wand. Here's why. We could get like a week-long monsoon of rain. I don't know the last time that happened, but we could get a week-long monsoon of rain, and that would make me not be able to get it done. And the customers are like, well, what are we going to do? Like, it's almost like you're being forced to like lie to the customer and paint a pretty picture and say, no, we'll be here, but it's weather permitting. the funniest thing happened. We got a week-long monsoon of on and off thunderstorms and rain. So now I am getting a little stressed out. And my phone is ringing off the hook of all the customers, probably just like yours. Pick up the phone. Hi, Mr. Jones. Listen, I know that I said I was going to be able to make it before your party, but we actually did get a week-long monsoon of rain, and now I'm not going to be able to get there because I have, just like you have 10 other customers that you've already promised that you put them on priority because they all want it done now. And now you got all these people upset with you. You got to make that tough phone call, right? So it's just business. And of course you would get stressed out about it because you want it. Listen to me here. You want to provide a great service and keep a great reputation. But the only thing that gets you off the hook as far as you not having to beat yourself up about it is you did let the customer know ahead of time that there could be rain, and you did create time. We make this mistake as newbie contractors of trying to fit every single little space with work to where it's just not even sustainable. It's filling over the side. It's flowing over the sides to the point where you can't even contain it. And that's not a smart thing to do. If you've been in the business a long time, you understand that there's going to be rain. That's just part of the business. So if you make too many promises that you can't keep, then that's also your fault. So it's like we want to keep the business to the point where you're so busy, you're just at the point of overwhelm. Not enough busy to where you're getting off work early and now you're not raking all that spring and summer profits that you need, but just busy enough to where you're right at the brink of overwhelm. That's the sweet spot. And that's the spot that's good because that's where you're swamped up to your eyeballs and you're running and you're making money. Nonetheless, I call this customer up. I'm about to have the difficult conversation. The stress is starting to get to me, but I've got a limit on it. And the customer goes, hey, Keith, I want to say I'm sorry, but we found another contractor that could get in here and get these ornamental trees trimmed up right away for us. And I'm so sorry, but I was just about to say I couldn't make it. They found somebody else. I go, yes! Oh man, good for you. That's awesome. So you found somebody to do it, eh? They're gonna get there right away. Oh man, good for you. All right, well let me know if you need anything. And I got off the phone. So, what could have been a really all the time of stressing about that customer and their job and making sure you can get there, you spent all that valuable time that you thought was and you didn't even know the entire time the customer was using you as a placeholder just so they could try to find somebody else to get in there sooner. That's how sometimes unimportant you are to your customers. So it's, of course, you're in the world of business. You got to keep your customers so incredibly important because you are running a business and your word is on the line, right? But don't you think for a second that some of these customers won't throw you under the bus until they can find somebody to do it cheaper, better, faster, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So that's all the reasons why. What's going on here? All right, it is hot and muggy, my friends. Don't stress it. Just communicate. You got this. You're gonna crush it. You're gonna crush it.